The inner nature of man is the province of music. When you are laboring for others, let it be with the same zeal as if it were for yourself. Don't be concerned about others not appreciating you. Be concerned about your not appreciating others. The book salesman should be honored because he brings to our attention, as a rule, the very books we need most and neglect most. He who flatters a man is his enemy. He who tells him of his faults is his maker. Be aroused by poetry, structure yourself with propriety, refine yourself with music. There are 3 unfilial acts. The greatest of these is the failure to produce sons. From the Son of Heaven down to the mass of the people, all must consider the cultivation of the person the root of everything besides. A gentleman can withstand hardships. It is only the small man who, when submitted to them, is swept off his feet. Who keeps the old akindle and adds new knowledge is fitted to be a teacher. If either wealth or poverty are come by honesty, there is no shame. To learn without thinking is labor in vain. To think without learning is desolation. If my mind be not engaged in worship, it is as though I worshipped not. A gentleman wishes to be slow to speak and quick to act. The gentleman sees what is right, while the small man sees what is profitable. When you have become one with the great universal, you will have no partiality, and when you are part of the process of transformation, you will have no rigidity. Everyone calls his son, whether he has talents or has not talents. Old age, believe me, is a good and pleasant thing. It is true you are gently shouldered off the stage, but then you are given such a comfortable front stall as spectator. Don't make to others what you don't want them to make to you. The determined scholar and the man of virtue will not seek to live at the expense of injuring their virtue. They will even sacrifice their lives to preserve their virtue complete. Never tire to study and to teach to others. Desire to have things done quickly prevents their being done thoroughly. Humanity is the equity of the heart. A happy union with wife and child is like the music of lutes and harps. When you see a good man, think of emulating him. When you see a bad man, examine your own heart. The superior man cannot be known in little matters, but he may be entrusted with great concerns. The small man may not be entrusted with great concerns, but he may be known in little matters. One who can move mountains start with the little stones. It is when those who are not strong enough have made some moderate amount of progress that they fail and give up. If a man has no humaneness, what can his propriety be like? If a man has no humaneness, what can his happiness be like? Look for an occupation that you like, and you will not need to labor for a single day in your life. A man of wisdom delights in water. If there were an honorable way to get rich, I'd do it, even if it meant being a stooge standing around with a whip. But there isn't an honorable way, so I just do what I like. To be excellent when engaged in administration is to be like the North Star. As it remains in its one position, all the other stars surround it. Never seek illicit wealth. A good man does not worry about not being known by others, but rather is concerned about not knowing them. That a man lives is because he is straight. That a man who dupes others survives is because he has been fortunate enough to be spared. When three persons work together, each can be the teacher in some aspects. A gentleman considers what is right, the vulgar consider what will pay. There is good government when those who are near are made happy, and when those who are afar are attracted. The real fault is to have faults and not amend them. Those who break down the dikes will themselves be drowned in the inundation. Every man knows the smell of his own fart. We should worship as though the deity were present. I followed my heart without breaking any rules. For one word a man is often deemed to be wise, and for one word he is often deemed to be foolish. We should be careful indeed what we say. If we don't know life, how can we know death? The end of the day is near when small men make long shadows. The silent treasuring up of knowledge, learning without satiety, and instructing others without being wearied, which one of these things belongs to me? One who has accumulated virtue will certainly also possess eloquence, but he who has eloquence will not necessarily possess virtue. Sincerity and truth are the basis of every virtue. What can a man do with music who is not benevolent? If one learns from others, but does not think, one will be bewildered. If, on the other hand, one thinks but does not learn from others, one will be in peril. Grieve not that men do not know you, grieve that you do not know men. Recompense injury with justice, and recompense kindness with kindness. Excess weakens the spirits. If language is not correct, then what is said is not what is meant. If what is said is not what is meant, then what ought to be done remains undone. Thank you for watching. I will be glad to see you again.